right? I'm from ophthalmology department. I'm working as an optometrist in ophthalmology department. My name is Anu Mishal. Today's topic is refractive error, and I'm going to start my presentation and slide. So now, before we start about refractive error, we have to learn about the normal eye. Normal eye is known as emmetropia. EMMETROPIA, emmetropia, in which parallel rays of light coming from infinity meets exactly at the retina. So this is the condition of emmetropic eye, which you can see the image of bulb is exactly meets at the retina. So this is a state of normal eye. And in normal eye, what are the conditions is the total power of eyeball ranges from 58 diopter to 60 diopter, and the axial length, I think you guys do not know about axial length. So I will say you briefly about the anatomy of eyeball. So here you can see the transparent. This part is called cornea, and behind cornea there is a sac known as there is a gap filled with aqueous humor, and this one is iris, and this black hole is called pupil, and this is lens, this is ciliary body, and this is vitreous chamber, which includes vitreous humor, and this is retina, and this one is choroid, and the whitest part surrounds a whole eyeball is called sclera. So what I want to say you that the axial length is from the posterior part of cornea to the anterior part of retina. This distance is called axial length. So in normal state of eyeball, or if a patient's vision is 6/6, that means he or she has a total axial length of his or 24 millimeter. So and the cornea ranges from 40 to 45 diopter, and the lens acquires power of 15 diopter to 20 diopter, and the axial length must be 22 to 24 millimeter. This is the normal state of eyeball. Now the refractive error or emmetropia. See the spelling difference between emmetropia, which is normal, and emmetropia, which is refractive error, AMETROPIA. And this condition in which parallel rays of light are not focused exactly upon the retina is refractive error. So now here you can see in this picture, the parallel rays of light coming from infinity is meeting before the retina, and that's why the image reaches to the retina seems blur. And emmetropia classifies into 3 types, that is myopia, hypermetropia, and astigmatism. Today we are going to study about myopia. Another classification of refractive error or emmetropia is isometropia and anisometropia. Isometropia means refractive error equally distributed in both eyes. For example, in right eye -1 and in left eye -1 diopter spherical. So if both power has same power, that means that is isometropia, and anisometropia means unequal power in both eyes. For example, say I have written there in right eye -1 diopter and in left eye -6 diopter. So there is difference between right eye and left eye power. So this is anisometropia. Now myopia. Myopia, everybody knows about myopia. It means short-sightedness, and the clear definition of myopia is parallel rays of light coming from infinity are focused in front of the retina with accommodation at rest. So you can see in this picture, the globe's image is focused in front of the retina, and the picture reaches to the retina seems blurred. Now, mechanism of production of myopia is axial increase. Axial increase means anterior posterior length increases, and the whole eyeball stresses and myopia occurs. Curvature of the cornea increases, or cornea or lens. Positional myopia means anterior subluxation of the lens, and index means the total refractive power of the lens increases. Now, classification of the myopia is based on clinical classification on the basis of degree of myopia and on the basis of age of onset. Now, clinical classification includes congenital myopia, simple myopia, degenerative myopia, and acquired myopia. On the basis of degree of myopia, there is low myopia. The myopia up to 3 diopter is considered as low myopia, and moderate myopia we call moderate myopia. The myopia ranges from 3.2 diopter to 6 diopter. And high myopia, which is more than minus 6.2 diopter of myopia, is known as high myopia. Now, on the basis of age of onset, congenital myopia, youth onset congenital myopia, which is present since birth. Youth onset myopia is up to less than 20 years of age. Early adult onset myopia is 20 to 40 years of age, and late adult onset myopia, with myopia we observe more than 40 years of age group. Now, congenital myopia. Congenital myopia presents since birth. It is present in premature babies in case of Marfan syndrome, homocystinuria, and it is diagnosed as 2 to 3 years. Now, how we diagnose that this baby got myopia? When they holds the objects closely, then we suspect them that likely to have myopia. Another one is simple myopia. It results from the normal variation of the eyeball. Axial changes occurs and curvature changes occurs. Now, degenerative myopia, which is also known as pathological myopia, it is rapidly progressive errors results from rapid axial growth of eyeball, which is a normal biological variation. Another one is acquired myopia, results from post-traumatic, post-corneal disease and drug-induced. Now, etiological myopia. Etiology of myopia is curvature myopia. Curvature myopia, I will show you the video for make you more clear. So how the curvature increase and axial increase and anterior subluxation of the lens causes myopia. Here we can see in this picture. Before I start, I want to explain that curvature means the curve pattern of cornea and the lens. This is curvature of the lens, and this is curvature of the cornea. So how the curvature increase of myopia occurs means if the curvature bends more, then the convexity of the cornea increases, and when the convexity of the cornea increases, means the eye gets more power to converge these light rays and converge it before the retina, in front of the retina. So you can see here, if the curvature of the curvature of the cornea is increasing and the light are focused in front of the retina. Another one is axial. So the axial increase of the eyeball and the rays are focusing in front of the retina. Another one is index. So index means total power of the eyeball is increasing here. See, you are increasing here, and the objects are focused in front of them. This is anterior subluxation. When the lens subluxates, the focal point also subluxates in front. So, curvature myopia includes increase in corneal curvature increase in corneal curvature in disease condition like corneal ectasis, conical corneas, increase in lenticular curvature in case of lenticulus anterior and posterior. Positional myopia occurs due to anterior subluxation of lens, as I have shown you in the video. And drug-induced myopia is some drug induces causes myopia, like this drug induces myopia, and steroid induces myopia. Another one is index myopia. Index myopia in cases such like nuclear sclerosis, incipient cataract, and diabetic myopia. Another associated conditions in myopia are squint, cataract, microphthalmos means the eyeball looks big, and megalocornea means the cornea looks larger than the normal, and aniridia and congenital suppression of the retina due to excessive stretch the eyeball. And the evaluation of myopia includes complaints, proper history, onset of blurring, family history of refractive error, followed by endoscopy, refraction, slit lamp examination. Now, this is how the visual acuity testing is done in case of blurring of, and this is how the retinoscope, the patient, the examiner is holding retinoscope, and we evaluate the refractive error with this retinoscope, and this is slit lamp examination. Now, the symptom of patient complains, or the symptom of the patient is poor vision for distance. A stenopic symptom developed due to dissociation between accommodation and convergence, weakness, exophoria, and suppression of in one eye, excessive accommodation including ciliary spasm, and artificially increasing the amount of myopia. Another symptoms are floaters, opacities due to degenerative liquefied vitreous, night blindness in high myopia, and physiological outlook changes. Now, signs of the myopia are when the axial, the overall eyeball increases, the outlook becomes large, prominent eyes, and simulating exophthalmos. Cornea becomes large, anterior chamber is deep, and pupil becomes large and sluggish in reaction. Lens shows opacities, but occasionally. And vitreous detachment also occurs due to excessive lengthening of the eyeball. So this is how myopic patient's fundus looks like. Now, complications of myopia is a common complication is retinal detachment due to the stretching of the eyeball and complicated cataract, vitreous humor, choroidal hemorrhage, and strabismus. How we manage this early correction is desirable. Retinoscopy under full cycloplasia, early full correction is desirable. Poor prognosis in unilateral myopia. Now, this is optical correction. Optical correction is done with two methods. One is glasses. One is with glasses. Glasses means we have to correct with minus lenses, concave lenses, and minus contact lenses. Another mode of treatment or management is surgical treatment, and that is corneal refractive procedure, radial keratotomy, automated lamellar keratoplasty, and LASIK is the latest operated form of myopia correction. So these are the pictures of now clear lens extraction. Clear lens extraction means clear lens extraction with or without lens implementation and the use of phakic intraocular lens. This means if one patient individual has minus 20 diopter of refractive error or myopia, it means we do not need to minus 20 diopter on contact lens or spectacle. What we have to do is just extract the intraocular lens or lens clearly. That is called clear lens extraction.